is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Fourth down, here's May. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Patriots come up empty on fourth down, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of the 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it's unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Mike 13. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's May. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down.
Mike 13.
They'll drop to throw. Open man is Bourne. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Back to throw again. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
2nd and 10. It's May again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
When you're running a slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. Breaks through the contact, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They go play action now. May. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. After the interception, here's Smith on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. A high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. And apologies to coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. Third quarter action ready to go. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Let's go. Check in. Come off the ball.
And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Julian Love. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Play action. It's Smith. Flushed out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rule.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Pharaoh Brown, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up first and 10 at the 34. Geno out to throw. Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, 66 yards. And the Seahawks have got it on cruise control. And now once again, they'll line up to go for two. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So the Patriots coming out now.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now May to throw on second down. He'll let this go deep for Bourne.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Derek Hall picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. And it's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
They'll try and throw for it with May.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
On first down, it's Smith being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing on third down, Smith forced out to his left. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Pats are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Off the play fake. Here's May.
And now here is another interception. Julian Love picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll fake it. Now Smith out to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, 28 yards. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Back to throw, Smith. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
New England's offense set to go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's May.
He sets to fire deep. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Christian Barmore able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And now out come the Patriots.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's May.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 38.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
From the shotgun, it's May.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Derek Hall giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Douglas, the man in motion.
On 2nd down, here's May. Open man down the field is Henry.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Hunter Henry, 37 yards.
And the Pats are able to at least get one score back.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 16.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Geno.
He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Well, these defensive backs have been getting torched all game long, and finally, a small measure of revenge here. That time the coverage downfield is excellent, and they're right there to battle for the football and force the incomplete pass.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
It got his man complete. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Smith. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Smith.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And they go play action with May. He'll let this go deep for Bourne.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2nd and 10 now. May with it.
He's going to go up top again. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Smith now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And once again, we see the Seahawks line up to go for 2. Geno's going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New England trying to get to place on offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Pats are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
48 the mic.
Douglas, the man in motion.
Play action. May.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Smith on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, 55 yards.
And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Here's Smith looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Now May on 1st down.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Julian Love.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. On 1st down, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect.
And my goodness, another interception. Julian Love picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete. I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
And now here is another interception.
Picked by Julian Love.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
They'll throw on first down with May.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
To the air, May.
Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Smith. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception.
Marcus Jones picks it, and the Patriots are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. New England's offense set to go. On 1st down, here's May.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Smith. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Keon White got in there for the sack.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Looking to throw, May.
And now here is another interception. Julian Love picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out.
So the Patriots coming out now.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air, eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Pats are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
He's going to let it go again.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
They'll throw with May.
Rolling to his left. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Julian Love.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And this is caught. It's Brown. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there at 22.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Pharaoh Brown,
a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks continue to pour it on here in the fourth. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
And now out come the Patriots.
Throwing now, May on first down.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsau? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing hang out a little bit.
Get some talking points, dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer, keep them here.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the hard count got the defense there. Encroachment and the 5-yard penalty. Off of play action. Here's Smith on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
Mike 48, Mike 48. Pick me up. Here we go.
They snap it to Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead, and some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. New England trying to get a place on offense. On 1st and 10, it's May.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Throwing here is May.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
To throw on second down is Smith. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
They'll try and throw for it with May.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all three timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Throwing now, Smith.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And my goodness, another interception.
Marcus Jones picks it, and the Patriots are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. New England's offense set to go.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He'll look to throw. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Open man, that's Henry.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw, it's May.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
They go play action now. May.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Seahawks take back over. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. He's on his way.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So the Patriots coming out now. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
And he missed it. It wouldn't have mattered. They were going to lose either way, but the game ends strangely on a missed PAT.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.